Hello, my dear ones. Today about peonies in my containers garden. In this video, I'm answering your question. Can peonies be grown in a container garden? Because my garden is mostly container based and I love it that way. I'm always changing the layouts, though it does take a bit of work, or perhaps more than a bit. You asked about peonies. Let's take a look at mine now. It's spring here, and summer already forming buds. I have several varieties. As you can see, they grow very well in containers. You can see the container size compared to the plant size. Naturally, the roots shouldn't be cramped, but you don't have to plant them in huge barrels. What do I do in spring? If they were in the ground, the old-fashioned method would be to water them with urea, 2 spoonfuls per bucket of moderately warm water, not too cold. Then pour it around each plant. That's not necessary for container-grown peonies. Instead, gently water the top layer of soil with a pink potassium permanganate solution as the peony begins to grow. Once green shoots appear, you can fertilize in spring with a balanced mineral fertilizer. It's important to keep the soil ball from drying out and to always keep it loose. You need to loosen the soil very carefully so you don't damage the roots. Peonies don't like overwatering or drying out. Their fine upper roots, responsible for lush blooms, suffer the most. So, if you water the container thoroughly at least once a week and let the excess water drain out the bottom, the entire soil ball will become evenly moist. Then, when the weather is warm and the top layer dries out, you don't need a deep soak. You can simply lightly moisten the surface soil. It's useful to have a thin, light wooden stick to gently probe down along the pot wall to the bottom. You'll see if there's excess moisture. The main thing is not to damage the roots. You don't need to check constantly, but if you're unsure, you can. If everything looks fine at the bottom, just water the top layer. One more tip. If you want the plant covered in small blooms, leave the side shoots. But if you prefer a few large flowers in the center, remove the side buds. It's entirely up to your taste. And of course, all of this is done before flowering. After the spring permanganate wash and fertilizing, once the plant has developed a healthy green mass, inspect it carefully. If you suspect fungal diseases or pests, it's best to treat with an all-in-one solution. Nowadays, there are organic products combining protection against fungi and pests. It's best to apply treatments before the buds form, while there is still foliage. That way, the flowers won't suffer later and will bloom beautifully. The soil should be neutral, not heavy, but fertile. Peonies cannot tolerate heavy soil. The container's bottom needs good drainage holes and a drainage layer. Just like in beds and borders, peonies in containers need staking. It's best to set up supports when the foliage is just emerging and keep the shoots within their bounds. Right now, it's well supported. Some of my varieties have huge flowers. Sometimes I have to add extra stakes so the buds don't break the stems. When they bloom, I'll show you. And now, by our tradition, since this is the first video we're making about peonies, let's ask it for some wisdom. Dear Peony, please share your wisdom with us. And it says, since I'm a peony variety that dies back completely in winter and shows no foliage, I want to say, to be truly beautiful, to live beautifully, to create many wonderful things, and to bloom soulfully, you need to rest at the right times, so that everyone knows not to disturb you now, as if you're not there. You rest and relax, just like I do in winter. And this rest shouldn't come when you're already exhausted, but at the right time, when your body tells you, when it's built into nature. Rest so that you can bloom beautifully again. Rest so that you can live beautifully again. That's the wisdom it shared. Don't forget to rest. Thank you very much. We humans will definitely reflect on this, on your wisdom. You, as a child of Mother Nature, reminded us of something we sometimes forget, even though we ourselves are children of Mother Nature. We lead a slightly different pace of life, and we sometimes overlook the simplest yet profound truths available to us in our human lives. But we will try to correct that and keep pondering your wisdom. Thank you. Well, that's it, my dearest and beloved. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments. I love you all. Bye bye for now.